Hey, I'm Hannah Gresham, and I chose The Awakening by Kate Chopin to be my book or my novel, for my oral report. And I found The Awakening to be very entertaining and thought provoking. And it set a tone of feminism in a time where feminism wasn't as big a deal as it is in today's society, which makes it very unique and essential to American literature. The Awakening is said to be the closest thing to Kate Chopin's autobiography, since Edna, the main character of The Awakening, is a very independent woman, just like Kate Chopin, with a very strong upbringing, rather than in that society where women were supposed to be like inferior to men. Well, in The Awakening, Edna Pontellier is the main character, and it shows her life on the Grand Isle, which she takes her summer vacations on. And she doesn't fit in with the society there. She is very, like, untraditional in the traditional society. She becomes friends with Adele, which is your typical traditional woman. And so the novel plays off their differences and similarities throughout the entire novel, which is interesting. And we also see Edna's relationship with her husband, which is very distant and not loving at all. The novel also states that Edna is felt sorry, well, not really sorry, but like just married him because he asked her so much, and she wanted to do it because her family didn't like him, which shows Edna's spunky attitude, which is unique in because it's not traditional. It's the theme of the novel is the individual versus her society, which Edna shows a very great amount of differences in her society. Um, oh, Edna is also infatuated with Robert and Robert with her. Robert is a guy she meets on the Grand Isle, and they spend a lot of time together, and which eventually involves into an affair deal, which at that time an affair was very like unspoken and unheard of, and and it set a tone for Edna's life and the way she lived very differently from the rest of the women. And Edna, it focuses on her awakening of herself into the person she's truly meant to be, not the mold society wants her to be in. So there's imagery used and symbolism throughout the whole novel. The sea is used as a symbol for her friend, her lover, who she goes to confide in and to feel comfortable. And the sea is also seen as like an infinity of where she can just think and be calm in herself. And she's always had like an infinity, like a field or something where she can just go to and think and be herself. And so we see the sea as a symbol for that. There's also symbolism used for birds throughout it. We see a caged bird, which is how Edna feels in her society before her awakening. Can't fly away, is confined to her location, or the bird is confined to the cage, like she is to her location. And the societal norms that she must follow to fit in this cage. And then we see the bird in a cage compared to a bird but not in a cage, is free and is singing. And that's how Edna is wanting to be and eventually becomes in her awakening. So we see Edna's character development throughout the entire novel to a woman who is playing the part in society even though she doesn't feel the way the society does, and she doesn't think the way that women in the society do, into a woman who is completely her own and does things the way she wants to, not the way society makes her feel she has to do. So that is it.